This episode of the Brown Park Podcast is presented by Grow Clinics. If you're ready to take control of your hair health and your confidence, visit growclinics.com.au. Questionable bacon. Is that what this episode's going to be called?
Well, I just made myself a bacon sandwich last week. Chewing into the microphone must sound excellent. And I'm eating it going, maybe this is the older bacon, which should be in the bin, by the way, but because I'm lazy. But, questionable? Potentially. We'll find out later on today.
There is no bacon in my house that gets to that point.
No. Well, see, I usually just have an egg white omelette and oats for breakfast. So rarely do I have bacon. But the missus and the kids have bacon, for sure.
The kids? You have multiple kids now.
Well, the kids
It's been that long since we've done a podcast.
You know.
You've now got another child.
When was the last one? Had to be well over 5-6 weeks, something.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's like we've just slid back in with no issues at all, hey?
Yeah, none whatsoever.
You didn't have your microphone plugged in.
You dropped coffee everywhere.
Oh my God, I'm legit going to have my carpets cleaned. It's just gone all over the carpet.
And that's going to smell. Oh, you have black coffee, so it's not going to be too bad. If it was milky coffee, that'd stink.
Yes. See, one of the many benefits of drinking black coffee.
Yeah. Send your DIY carpet cleaning tips to dion@brownpark.com.au.
True story.
The Brown Park Podcast.
So, hey, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Life has been a minute. I do want to start by saying that this morning we're all lined up ready to go. Doing a podcast Saturday morning. Just decided we were going to try and do it in person, and that couldn't pan out. And it's very lucky that we didn't.
Why?
Because my neighbours have kicked off a 24-hour bender.
Oh, again?
Again.
Yeah, because we were going to do it on your deck, which borders your next door neighbours.
Yeah. So I'm glad we didn't, because they started, it is just after 9 o'clock our time, and they started at 6 a.m. this morning.
They started at 6 a.m.?
Yep.
Hang on, but who starts a party? I mean, I get it if they're still going from the night before, but...
They were going for golf.
Oh, they're going for golf, so they're getting on a bender before they head out.
So then when I went out there at about 7 and I went, hey, fellas, 7 o'clock in the morning, kids are still asleep. And he went, yeah, I'll turn it down, but you should brace yourself for tonight, mate.
Oh, is that what they said?
And I've just gone, fuck you.
I do want to just start lightheartedly, and I have a question. So question,
yeah.
All right. Now, this came up when I was at a gala ball, and I don't know how it came up, but do you stand up or sit down to piss?
What do you mean?
Well, at home,
yeah.
When you take a leak, do you stand up or sit down?
Always stand up.
Really? Because I always sit down.
I know you do.
Always. And it turns out I'm not alone. I don't know how it came up, but this guy I was talking to, and it just came up and he said, yeah, he goes, I sit down to wee. So do I. And then somebody else jumped into the conversation and said they do too.
What? Like every day, like when you go to the bathroom, say it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you go to the bathroom, you sit down to wee.
Yes, I do. Relaxy time. I don't know when it started. Well, it started years ago. So I was out with mates. We were staying in a hotel and he walked in on me while I was on the toilet and goes, oh, sorry, mate, you're taking a dump. I said, no, I'm just doing a wee. And that's, it was a running joke for a very long time. But turns out I'm not alone. Just wanted to call it out. So there you go. When I'm in a public toilet, obviously I'm not sitting down to piss in a urinal.
No.
But
will you go into a cubicle and pee?
No, I'll stand up and just wee as normal there.
Okay,
but like when I come to your house,
yeah.
I'm sitting down to take a wee. It kind of covers me for two things. It covers me from overspray at your house. Sometimes you get a bit of spray outside the bowl. So it's a cleanliness thing too. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know how to process this.
I don't think I'm alone. Well, I know I'm not alone. Because
there's at least one other person.
Well, there's two other people that I know of. And I don't know whether it's when you get to my age. Well, you're older than me and you don't do it.
I'm older than you and I've never done it and would never, it's never even crossed my mind that I'm going to. The only time I think I've ever sat down to wee is when I've had gastro or I think I did it once while I was incredibly drunk. Every other time is a stand up.
I wish we had a call-in feature on this podcast because I'm sure that it'd be, I reckon it'd be like 50-50 or 60-40 sit down.
Voice notes. Leave us your voice notes.
Do it.
On our Instagram, DM us a voice note and we'll play them in the next episode.
But anyway, what's been going on?
God,
You've had a lot.
yeah. So this year has been like, and look, if you're listening to this and you've put up with not having podcasts all the time, thank you for sticking around. It has been a year. I don't even know where to start.
Jesus.
Let's start. I turned 50. I cracked the big 50, and that was in January of this year. Had a big party, had a big celebration. Probably one of the best nights I've had. Being surrounded by a lot of people that I love, and it was just a cracker of a night. You were still recovering from your near-death experience.
I was. Was I even drinking at your 50th? I don't know.
Yeah, you were a little bit. A short time. Well, while that was happening, my father had been outside. Sort of, he wasn't really participating in the night that much because he wasn't feeling very well. And then a short time after the 50th, he started saying, okay, well, I'm going to go to the doctor and find out what's going on. And this was in January. Like, he probably went and saw the doctor not far after that. And by about the start of February, the doctor went, your kidneys are fucked. So you need to go to hospital.
What was he feeling? What made him?
Well, the general feeling is like, well, you had a problem with your kidneys, right? You had renal complications, and it's lack of energy.
Yeah, lack of energy. You just feel like rubbish.
Yeah, because your kidneys are what provides a lot of your energy.
Yeah, I don't know what. Well, they filter the toxins out of your whatever.
So his kidneys were not doing very well, and they said, get you into hospital now. You need to go there now. And so I literally was at work, and I got a phone call saying, hey, doctor said that your dad's got to go to hospital now. It's not good. So I went, all right. So left work, came home, took him to the hospital, and he had, well, his kidneys just weren't functioning properly, and they didn't know why. And so they underwent a few tests and stuff like that. And he then got to the point that he was admitted to ICU, had like 3 weeks in ICU because his kidneys were just not functioning, and they were trying to work out why and what had happened. And they then found out that he had bladder cancer.
Jesus.
So we started to sort of investigate what that is and what that means and what needs to happen.
Or how bad it is as well, like, because you wouldn't have known. Like, is it treatable? What the next steps are? So
we went to see a specialist, and he, was optimistic and sort of said, it looks okay. I can see it. It's not huge. And then when sort of Dad walked out of the room, I stayed behind with the doctor, and I said, really? Talk to me straight. And he said, yeah, you've got between, most people with what he's got have a life expectancy of between 3 and 12 months.
I remember when you told me that, I'm like, no fucking way. Like, I just couldn't fathom that at the time. I went, yeah, I reckon that's just
because he looked okay.
He did.
Yeah, he looked fine. He was not. I mean, inside he was not healthy, but he looked fine. And so I went, fuck, okay, and told Mum, and Mum was like, no, state of denial, obviously, but we kind of all were. They suggested he had to stay in hospital for a while to get his kidneys back up to a functioning level, and they said once we get it to a functioning level, and we've gotten it to the point that you can process stuff, then we're going to do radiation. We're not going to do chemo because we think chemo's too harsh on your kidneys, so we're going to do radiation. So they went in, they put a catheter in him, like a permanent catheter. They cut out a lot of what they thought was the cancer.
What's that? I don't even know what the bladder looks like. So they just cut out enough of the bladder that they thought.
So they can shave it. So they went in, shaved it out, and shaved what they could of the cancerous bits, and said, "It is what it is. We've tried. We'll still do radiation." The doctor actually said, if this was a 50-year-old man such as yourself, the recovery rate would be fairly high.
Yeah, right.
Because we can get in there, get part of it. You get zapped. And hopefully...
Well, they'd probably go more aggressively at it, couldn't they?
Yeah. But he said because he's 82 or 81 at this stage, the recovery is going to be harder for him because radiation just blasts your cells and can age you a bit. So they said just be careful of that. Went and did it, and look, to cut a very long, boring story short, he didn't recover from it.
So how long was it? How long was it from diagnosis to...
Diagnosis was in February. He passed away on August 24. So, yeah, it was from the diagnosis point of the cancer to his actually into his actual passing was 3 months.
Was it only 3 months?
Yeah, because they didn't know what they were working with at first, and they had to get his kidneys to a point that they were going to be able to function. So it was 3 months.
Yeah.
And it was a shitty 3 months.
Yeah, from the outside, it's so easy when, not easy, but when you're not in it, you kind of disassociate with it. But from the outside looking in, it looked like everything you guys as a family were handling it really well. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know how I would be coping in this moment. And we always say you don't know how you're going to show up in these moments.
Well, yeah. I think we just had hope that because he, like 21 years ago, he had a valve put into his heart, and he actually died on the table 21 years ago. To the point that they thought that, like, when they came out of the operation, they'd actually said to my mum, I don't know how he's going to be. He was out for quite a while.
Yeah.
But his prognosis was fine. He turned out okay, and he lived for another 21 years. And he pulled through because he was a fucking ox.
Yeah. Yeah. And that would give you hope in the moment like this, right? Like you'd be thinking, he got through that, so surely.
Well, even when we were in the hospital, even the doctors in the ICU were like one of them pulled me aside and he said, look, his prognosis is not great. Like the kidneys at this point are fucked. He said, but he's an ox. And he actually said, he's an ox. He's as strong as, he said, like most people in his position, this would have killed him.
Yeah, right.
He said, but he's just fighting this thing. He said, so he's got fighting power. And he did, until he didn't anymore.
Jesus.
But yeah, it basically shut down his ability to eat and drink. So he had a gag reflex as a result that was just not, he couldn't eat. It was just like he'd gag on everything. No jokes.
I'm trying really hard and I shall not.
Even water was an issue.
He couldn't even swallow water.
No. Watching his deterioration was the worst part.
And when do you think, because it would have got to the point where he was over it too, wouldn't it?
Oh my God, yeah. So we're recording this on the 20th September, so it's almost been 1 month. So about 3 months ago, he just sort of said, I'm done. And you'd say, what do you want to do? And he just, as brutal as it is, he ran his fingers across his throat. And so we were kind of like, all right, so what we're going to try and do is keep you comfortable. He wanted to come home, so the doctor sort of said, look, he's okay to come home. The doctor sort of looked at the cancer and said, I can't see anything. It's not to say it's not there, but on the scan of the bladder, we can't actually see anything. Bladder was quite full. If you want to keep going with a full MRI, once he's back to health, then once he's gotten through the radiation, then yes, we can go for an MRI. And so he got home and we were just thinking it was the radiation that was knocking him around.
Yeah, okay.
So I went home. Mum was his carer. Mum did everything. And it just started to get messy at home as far as, he couldn't climb stairs anymore.
And they live in a 2-story house.
They live in a 2-story townhouse. So she was having to sort of, give him a shower out of the bathroom, out of the laundry trough, sit him in a chair, and they got like a hose and was hosing him and stuff like that, like a bathroom handle and whatever. He was having to wear, depends. He had an appointment with a urologist to discuss his catheter. And we thought, okay, well, we're going to go to there. And the urologist looked at him and he said, I had you coming in here to change your catheter and to work out the next stages of what we can do. And he said, and unfortunately, I can't do anything for you. He said, you need to go to a palliative physician.
Jesus.
And my mum was like, why? He's fine. This was on a Thursday. And everybody was like, what are you talking about, you crazy man?
He's going to get better.
Yeah. We booked into a palliative physician. And when we went in there, the physician just looked at him and said, nothing I can do, man.
Really?
He said, it's just too far gone. He said, my best advice to you is to check into hospital. He said, you've done everything you can do at home, but it's now not safe. He said, what do you want to do? And Dad said, I want to go home.
Do you reckon he knew?
I'd say it'd be hard not to.
Mm.
Like, he was sick. He couldn't even stand up. Like, it took us half an hour to get him from the car to the doctor's office.
Yeah, right.
And so then we took him home and I said to Mum, we're just going to have to take him to the hospital. And she said, give him a night, see what happens. I went, all right. I had a phone call the next day saying, you need to come over now. He's not getting up from his chair. Can't get up from his chair. I got round there and he was just a mess. And I just said, this is it. We need to go to the hospital. This was on the Wednesday afternoon. I tried to lift him and I got him to the bathroom and I just couldn't get him out of the bathroom. And I just said, I'm going to call the ambulance. And so we called the ambulance, and that was on Wednesday. And he checked into hospital, and the palliative physician came on the Thursday. And so he said, if it means something to you to have connection with him and for him to acknowledge that you're there and hold your hand and stuff like that, then don't do anything.
Yeah.
Said, but if you think that he's suffering and he's not eating and we can't give him water and he's choking on friggin' air, morphine.
Morphine, yeah.
Keep him comfortable. So we all made the decision. It was on the Saturday. We all decided, it had just gotten to the point that it was just, he was shit. And so we put him on the morphine and we maintained a bedside vigil, and he passed away on the Sunday night. So from the Tuesday going to the palliative physician, he was dead by Sunday.
Far out. And I agree. Like if ever I'm in that position, give me the morphine and send me out high as a kite, please.
Well, we were joking about it while this was all happening, because I said it to Dad on like the Thursday, because one of the things that he discovered late in the journey was that he actually liked Coca-Cola, and that was providing him some sort of relief and sweetness and taste. I think it was probably because it's so strong that it was the only thing it could really taste. And on the I think it was the Friday or something, I said to him, "Do you want some Coke?" And he goes, I said, "What about some actual Coke? Do you want to go out on a bender? Shall we do this?"
Look at the bags.
And so I think I texted you and said, "All right, this is our mantra. If I ever get to this, just bag me up. I just don't want to feel anything."
That's it. I want to go out high as a kite and go flying into the next life. Thank you very much.
This is the Brown Park Podcast. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Are you one of the many Australians experiencing hair loss? Do you find yourself avoiding the mirror or constantly trying new products that just don't work? Well, there's a solution that's backed by science and delivers real results, and it's Grow Clinics. Grow Clinics is a leading hair transplant clinic with locations across Australia and New Zealand. They perform over 150 hair transplants every single month, and their procedures are led by experienced doctors who are experts in the field of hair restoration. But Grow Clinics isn't just about hair transplants. They offer a wide range of services to combat all stages of hair loss. Whether you're looking for prescription hair care you can use at home, or you're interested in specialised non-invasive treatments in clinic, Grow Clinics has you covered. With clinics in Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth and Auckland, New Zealand, there's a Grow Clinic near you. And the best part? They're offering a free consultation for our listeners of the Brown Park Podcast. Just mention our show when you call in to book, and you'll be on your way to a fuller, healthier head of hair. So don't wait any longer. Take control of your hair loss journey with Grow Clinics.
This is the Brown Park Podcast with Christo and Dion. Now back to the show.
Hey, how are you going now?
Yeah, look, it comes and goes. There's a song by Dean Lewis that has actually really gotten me through this, which is weird. It's a song called Waves, and there's a line in the song. It says, "It comes and goes in waves." And I don't even know what the rest of the song is about, but I just know that line has really resonated with me, because it literally comes and goes in waves. 1 minute I'll be like, yay, and the next minute you go, oh, fuck.
Like I don't have a dad anymore.
Yeah. So that's my whole year is been running around, because my mother also doesn't drive.
Yeah, see, this is tough, where your dad was the guy that got them around town.
Like, he drove.
He did.
Mum has a license, but she doesn't drive. And so I've been having to be that person. We've had to try and set her up on like shopping on demand so that she can organise groceries and stuff like that, so that I don't have to be doing all of that kind of stuff, which has been great. And she's been a trooper through the whole thing.
How's she going now?
Yeah, they were married for 58 years.
Were they? Jesus.
So she's kind of at a bit of a loss, but also she's actually been quite positive with it, because she said, "I've never lived by myself." She said, "In my entire life, I've never, ever, ever lived by myself." She said, "So this is a new experience."
And how was your relationship with your dad when up until the end? Like, I mean,
yeah, like he actually said to Mum at some point, "I'm lucky that I've got a son like him."
How good is that?
So that's nice, because I was having and at some point he was like, "Can David move in with us, or can Christo move in with us?" Because I was strong enough to be able to lift him up and help him and do stuff.
Yeah, would have felt less, I guess, vulnerable if you were there.
Yeah, because Mum's 80, so you know,
Jesus,
an
and she's
80-year-old
only,
looking after
she's only
82.
small. Like I mean, if your dad ever fell over, there's no hope in hell she was.
Oh, and like, look, I'd gotten phone calls. I think I'd gotten a phone call about a week before. Then he'd gotten up and he'd fallen straight down, and I had to go and pick him up off the floor. He just put a pillow under his head and was laying there because he couldn't get himself up. So I had to then go and lift him. So,
Jesus,
it's been a turbulent 2025.
it has been for you. But I want to ask then, because I think about this all the time with my parents. Is there anything that you would have wanted your dad to know about you that he wouldn't have known? Like, is there anything you wish you had shared with him?
No, I had this conversation with Sarah, and she said, you know, now's the time to say it. And I'm like, no, like I've aired a lot of my grievances with my parents at points, and everybody has those.
They do.
Like, nobody's got a perfect relationship. And no, I feel like there's nothing in me now that sits there and goes, I wish I had have said that.
That's good.
I told him I loved him, said thanks for being a good dad. You know, I've got a lot of really good memories, and you know, we did lots of stuff, and I knew that he loved us kids. So I was kind of like, no, you know what? There's nothing that there's no regrets. I don't have any regrets.
That's
and I've processed it a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, there's nothing that I've got there's nothing that I'm sitting there going, fuck, I wish I had have said that.
Good. That's good. I mean, but there's a lot of people going through it.
Yeah.
At our age especially. But people say 80, 81, 82, you had a good innings. But when you're 50, I'm almost 50, you think, fuck, that's not too far.
I know. That has been the resounding thing that's been going through my brain the last few weeks is he's 82, I'm 50. That's 32 years away. How much of that is going to be spent healthy?
Yes.
And how much of that's going to be spent worrying about my health? And what do I need to change now so that those next 30 years, assuming, hoping I could get more, but we may get less. What can I do to myself now that's going to give me the best shot at being vital?
Vital. And yeah, that's right. That's all you want, vitality.
Watching what's happened, I'm like, no, I've got to at least bring vitality into my life so that I've got strength, I've got balance, and I don't know. It's not, is trying to.
And what are you doing? You've whipped yourself into shape and you've committed.
Trying to. It's the most committed I've ever been.
What are you doing? 4 or 5 days a week or something?
4 days a week at the moment.
4 days a week
with diet.
4 days a week with diet. Wow. Yeah. But how do you feel? I mean, do you feel better? Sometimes people say when you lose weight, you're going to feel so much better, but sometimes you don't.
No, I feel okay. I don't know because of all the other bullshit that's been going on.
Yeah. There's been a lot of fucking noise. That's a really valid.
Yeah. So I don't know yet. I feel stronger and I feel like I'm getting in shape, but yeah.
That's good. So how come you haven't been podcasting lately? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, come on. Priorities, man.
I know, right? But that was the thing. And sort of after he passed, I went, all right, now's the time. Let's get this back on track and let's start interviewing some people and doing some interesting things with this podcast. Because
the people we've kicked down the road, you know, because we had a few lined up and we've like, can we just push it out a little bit? There's a little bit going on. We apologize. We're coming back.
Yeah. And at the end, it hasn't helped because at the end of last year, you were sick as a dog.
True story.
That podcast is up, by the way. You can have a listen to that. But also, you know, and then this year with Dad, the podcast has had to keep a bit of a back step. We've just sort of done it where we can. But now it's refreshed. We're going to kick ready to go.
Yes.
Just like you, refreshed and ready to go.
Refreshed and what do I do? What? Why am I refreshed?
Do we turn the camera on you for a second?
Well, I'm always comfortable with that. We know that. That's, you know, why not?
Eyes.
Oh, yes. I had my eyelid foreskin removed.
Is that really what they call it?
No. It's called something like a bladysphero. I don't know, something. But just where they take the excess skin off your eyelids. It's a genetic thing. And it just keeps getting worse and worse as you get older. My dad's actually going to have it done next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's a bad. And I saw him and he's half the reason I went, you know what, I've got to fix this before it gets.
Does it feel tighter?
No.
No difference at all?
They can take more. But he said, you know, there was a look there where people take too much and they could barely close their eyes.
And they're like staring at you the whole time.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like even when they sleep, their eyes are a little bit open. So
yeah,
I know it doesn't feel tighter. And I didn't keep the foreskin. I donated it to people that want to be uncircumcised. Yes, yeah, they can put it back on if they like. Could you be surprised how much skin they take off? Yes, it's a joke.
Oh, fuck. I was like, what? How did I not know this story? Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's a new cosmetic thing. Maybe guys are going to have their foreskins reattached. I don't know. And they just take
God.
There you go. There's a thought for you.
The other thing I wanted to ask about is the bulking up. You've also...
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
At my father's wake, somebody came up and said, "Is anyone on the roids?"
Yeah.
And I went,
look, I get asked
no.
that a bit, but the answer to that is no, I'm not. But I do spend like an hour and a half in the gym like 4 days a week, killing myself.
Yeah.
And I am on testosterone because my testosterone was low.
Yeah.
So I am on TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy, which I recommend all men over the age of like 40 go get their testosterone checked. Because,
you know, what you're talking about, I don't need it.
What? You don't need it? You are one hell of a man. But anyone, I mean, because for me, I was feeling flat, unmotivated, all this kind of shit, and it turns out I had low testosterone. I think we've spoken about it before, but now it's just a regular shot in the ass once a week to keep my testosterone levels half decent.
How big do you actually want to get?
I want to be like The Rock. Maybe the new Rock, because, you know, The Rock's lost a bit of size.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of size.
Maybe at that size would be good. I'd be comfortable with that. But yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to ask while we're being personal and talking is the earrings.
I knew this was going to come.
You knew it.
Look, you know what? I got my ears pierced at 48. Suck it up. So
no. I'm not criticizing it. Much.
I mean, much. I mean, it's been a how do you put it? Some people like it, and others keep quiet. And the ones that keep quiet, you know where they sit. You know, that's fine. But how it came about? My daughter put these diamond diamantes on my earlobes as a joke, and I went, I think I like it.
I look pretty.
Yeah, she goes, and my daughter goes, they look good. Well, the next day, me and my daughter went and got my ears pierced. So there's me sitting at La Visa, getting my ears pierced. I did it. So after I got it done, typical me, I wanted real diamond earrings. Only for special occasions. I don't wear them all the time. Like, I don't have my good ones in now. But, I wanted to get 1 carat diamond earrings. But then I realised the 1 carat diamond earrings per side is too big. Like, I'd look like an idiot, Christo. I'd look like an idiot. And I don't want to look like an idiot.
Okay.
You don't look like an idiot. So then I went...
Sorry. You don't look like an idiot.
Thank you. Totally unprompted. So I went and bought... I got 1.5 carat earrings, so 0.75 carats per ear. And I went and bought real ones, and I showed my wife, and she was like, I don't even have earrings worth that much, or proper diamond earrings. And I said, we can share. See? She never thought she was going to get to share earrings with her husband.
I wouldn't say she never thought. She probably had hoped.
She hoped that she'd never share. Well, she did become a bit of the desert for a little bit there, but dried her up a bit. But I think now...
Turning a corner?
Yeah, I thought, look, when you just get used to something and you don't see it, I think that's where we're at now.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I don't stare at it anymore and go, the hell's he done?
Well, I mean, funny you say, because one of my mates came around after I had it done, and I had a minute, didn't say anything, and Casey goes, so Dion got his ears pierced, and he goes, I was looking at that, and I thought, fuck, how did I know he didn't have his ears pierced?
Yeah.
See, it's the way you wear something. It's about the confidence level of it. That's all.
Did it hurt?
Not even a little bit.
Oh, really?
I didn't even flinch.
Did they go through your existing holes,
no,
so to speak?
But no, it didn't even hurt a little bit. Didn't get infected at all. It was like it was just meant to be. So I reckon we get yours done.
Not a chance in hell.
Are you sure?
I've seen the reaction, because, for want of a better phrase, my holes have never closed. So I still can put earrings in my ears.
Have you got both sides done?
Yeah, I had 3.
Oh, did you? Well,
I had 2 in one in the other.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you only had 1 done. But no. So you can still put earrings in?
I can still put earrings in, and I've done it on the odd occasion just to shit stir my wife, and she walks out and she goes, you need to take them out, otherwise stuff ain't happening.
Yeah, that's it. Well, just say no. If ever you want, you can borrow my good earrings. I'm happy to share. Happy to share around.
No.
Let's look after them.
Absolutely not. Well, there we go. And now you're up to date, and now we hope to progress with the Brown Park podcast as per normal.
What an uplifting show this was.
Yes.
But all we can say is it's good to have a village around you that can support when you're going through times like this, because I know being there for you made me feel better as well. So.
Yeah, it's been a shitty year. It's been a shitty year, and I don't think I could have done it without my little village. So thank you.
The Brown Podcast.
Why are you happy?
Because I don't want to be sad.